Okay, so it's Professor Shoemaker here again, and we're continuing Unit 3, and right now we're looking at the order by clause that is a part of the select statement. It's one of the four big clauses that go with the select statement. Right now here we have a select statement that is from the student table, and it is selecting just those columns. Now if I run this, and I'm just, because this file, video 3.2 order by, has a number of select statements in it. I'm going to walk you through those. But I want to execute just this one. So what I'm going to do is put my cursor someplace inside that statement, and then click up here on the lightning bolt with a little I icon, I guess it is, and that will execute just the statement that's under the keyboard cursor. So let's run it. Alright, now this is an unsorted statement. It's a select statement that has no sortation specified for it. And basically in SQL databases, when you don't specify how it should be ordered, then it comes out in a random, sort of an unpredictable order. Normally when we produce a list of people like this, we would like it to be sorted on their last name. So I'm going to come in here and add an order by clause. And I'm going to order it on last name. Now let's run this SQL statement. And now we're sorted in the order that we normally expect to see as humans, that is alphabetical on the last name. Notice it's sorted from A to Z. That's called ascending order, from the smallest value, Alvarez, to the largest value, Wright. And that's typically how we want it. Now there is a clause in SQL called ASC, a keyword, which stands for ascending. And when I run it, it's not going to change, because the default, if you don't specify what direction to sort, the default is to sort on ascending order. If I want to sort descending, then I have to specify the DESC keyword. Let's type that in. And when I run it that way, now it's sorted from the last to the first. So right all the way back down to Alvarez. So let's just delete this clause and run it one more time, and it will sort ascending from Alvarez on down. Typically you sort on the leftmost column or multiple columns. Now this example, I showed you how to sort ascending and descending on just one column, but you can also sort on more than one column at a time. So let's come down here and run this little SQL statement. This first sorts on sex, and then within sex it sorts on last name. So female comes first, and then we scroll down far enough, we get to the males in the list. Female comes first because F becomes before M. But within sex, we are also sorted. So the first name among the females is Bailey, and the last name is Wills. And then we get this Alvarez guy here in male all the way down to Wright. So you can sort on multiple fields like this, and that's not unusual. It's typical for people to be sorted, for stuff to be sorted left column first, then last name. But look here, there's a woman named Julia Bennett and another one named Betty Bennett, and notice they are not in alphabetical order. So I would normally add first name here too, like so. Let's run that. And now the two Bennetts are in alphabetical order on their first name. So you can specify any number of fields here that you want. And let's say you wanted to put the men to come first, then you could put descending here just on the sex field, and the males will come first, and then within that they're sorted alphabetically, ascending on last name. We don't have to say ASC here because that's the default. And I think in practice most programmers in the workplace would not add ASC. It just clutters it up. But when we get down to the females here, then you can see that it's Bailey and Barnes and so on. So you can sort on any number of fields. You can even sort on fields that are not in the list. So let's see, what other fields in the student table are not inside this list? The email address, well it is. Date of birth. Let's order by date. Well, it is in the field. I'm being confusing. Never mind, I'll move on. Sort descending. Now we're going to sort. Previously we've sorted on text fields like female and male and first and last name. But let's sort here on date of birth. When I sort descending date of birth, then I will get the youngest person first, because the dates go backwards from 1995 to 94 and so on. Let me run that again. When when you click on a column heading, um, it will sort on that column just in the output here. So 94, 93. So we're going back from the youngest person, that is the person with the highest date of birth, to the lowest. If I want to sort oldest first, I would do ASC here, or simply delete this and run it again, and now the oldest person will be first in my list from back in 1985. Okay, so here we sort ascending on sex and then descending on date of birth. That means we are going to have females first, and then among them we'll have the youngest first. So this Kelly Bryant is the youngest woman, and down here among the males we have Todd Brown, who is the youngest guy. So the order by clause is a big deal. It's used constantly, and in just about every SQL script you're going to create, you're going to have an order by clause. Any questions? Let me know.